the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock in 1620, that more than 500 species of our nation's native plants and animals have disappeared. They're gone. This is a naturally occurring phenomena, and it's been happening since the beginning of time. But what has been noticed, and there's a large scientific movement coming out, that the rate of extinction and the loss of our species it's faster than it ever has been before. And it is proven that the loss of these species is directly attributed to human activities. Fellow Toastmasters, today I'm going to talk to you about the Endangered Species Act and encourage you to be involved in Endangered Species Day, which will be on May 20th. The rapid loss of species throughout the United States it didn't go unnoticed. Congress picked up on it, and in 1973, the Endangered Species Act was passed. The Endangered Species Act the purpose of it is to protect the at-risk species and their ecosystems and habitats which they depend upon. Under the ESA, there's two determinations. You have endangered and threatened. As an endangered species, it means that that species is in danger of becoming extinct throughout its whole or part of its range. If it's considered threatened, it means that it has the danger of extinction within the foreseeable future. Right now, in the United States, there's currently 1,300 listed endangered and threatened species. In California and Nevada, I think we have almost 300. I think the other region, we're Region 8 in our job or whatever, so you guys know what I'm talking about, is California, Nevada, and Southern Oregon. I think Hawaii is the only other region that has as many, if not about the same amount. While extinction for some species is still very possible, there is hope. The conservation actions that have been carried out through the U.S. by the Endangered Species Act has been successful in preventing 99% of extinction in the species that are already listed as endangered and threatened. So you can kind of think of the Endangered Species Act as being a safety net. It will cover tiny little butterflies like the El Segundo butterfly. It's a little blue butterfly that has just been found. It lives only on LAX, down in that area. And airplanes, concrete, and then also to the giant orcas, and all of the vulnerable species that are in between that. One of the things that is very unique about America is that our endangered species program is by far one of the best in the world. We are, if not the top, at least one of the best ones in our efforts that we do to protect our endangered species. Okay, for example, Jessica talked about the condor last week. Our recovery of that species is amazing. The bald eagle. In 1967, it was listed. There were less than 500 breeding pairs at that time. Miraculous recovery, and now that bird is protected by the laws that we have passed here in the U.S. These successes that we are having with our nature and with our nation's plants and animals need to be celebrated and recognized so the world sees how well we're doing. So in 2006, the U.S. Senate created Endangered Species Day. That day is a day for all Americans, and not only Americans, for all ages, to learn about the importance of protecting our endangered species, as well as the everyday actions that we can go ahead and take to help do that. It is a celebration of our nation's wildlife and wild places. Every year on the third Friday of May, which is this year is going to be May 20th, zoos, aquariums, wildlife refuges, conservation organizations, museums, they all put aside and have special children's activities, special presentations, and other events that they do to celebrate that day. For example, one of the things that the Environmental Coalition does is every year they have an Endangered Species Youth Contest. This year it was the 2016 Saving the Endangered Species. The winner, I have a photo of it, and Miles Young, he's age 15, he was from California, did this amazing photo. And on the back, he chose all the endangered species, and so it was fantastic. And I'll pass this around because, it's just one of the things that's promoting our youth to go ahead and care. And what the Endangered Species Day does, it reminds us that we all can make a difference. Individuals can make the difference, and for for the species by doing and choosing what they do every day. If you go on the endangeredspeciesday.org, there's a list of all the events, but if you don't want to attend an event, you can still make a difference. You can pledge to make a change on Endangered Species Day to make a difference and to benefit our vanishing wildlife. I have a few ways that you can go ahead and take action, and this is how I'm encouraging and persuading you to go ahead and choose one of these. First is to give up meat for 24 hours. For you, not vegetarians. For me, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't have issues with that already. But the global demand for meat is creating world problems. It's with our water pollution, habitat loss, climate change, and wildlife conflicts are all problems that we can be addressed by removing that meat from your plate. Next, walk, bike, or take public transportation to or from work. Small steps can make a difference. Pledge to leave your car at home for that one day and find another way to get to work or to school. And by lowering our carbon footprint by doing this, it's a step towards addressing climate change and using less fossil fuels, which I found was amazing. It reduces the threats that are posed on endangered or threatened species by production or transport of that. Finally, make conscious consumption a priority. Go ahead and pay attention to what you buy in a 24-hour period. Is it sustainable? Keep a log of your impact that day. Think about everything that you buy. Is that snack food that you bought, does it have palm oil in it? The food that you have on your plate, were pesticides used to go ahead and to grow that? And being aware is the first step towards making a difference. However you support, I ask you to choose to be a part of Endangered Species Day and to make a difference for the endangered and threatened species of our nation. Thank you.